in every city. We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty.
Izola Curry, a 42-year-old black woman, stabbed Martin Luther King in Harlem on September the 20th, 1958. Martin Luther King Jr. was signing his newly published book, Stride Toward Freedom, at Blumstein's department store in Harlem when Curry came up screaming and stabbed him in the chest with a letter opener. The stabbing was quite severe, and if Martin Luther King Jr. had made any certain movements, he might have died. However, he was rushed to Harlem Hospital, where his life was saved. Dr. Aubrey de Lambert Maynard, who was born in Barbados, said to him, "If you had sneezed during all these hours of waiting, your aorta would have been punctured and you would have drowned in your own blood." In response, Dr. King stated, "This poor woman was delusional, and he was in hopes that somehow she would be able to receive treatment for her mental illness, yet be able to function in society at some point." Certainly his words show how peaceful and forgiving he truly was. All were surprised that no one had tried to remove the blade. The hospital that Dr. King was admitted to was Harlem Hospital Medical Center. At that time, Harlem Hospital was considered a public city hospital and was frowned upon as far as excellent care. This is a reenactment of what possibly happened in the hospital after Dr. King's recovery from that horrible incident.
Martin, do you realize you could have died? Stop the foolishness. I understand you want to save the world, but what about your children? What about your life? Is it worth losing everything? For what?
I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. When we allow freedom reign, when we let it reign from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
This has been a moment in history,
Thank you,
in
Father.
memory of Dr. Martin Luther King and
Glory
the
to you,
celebration
Lord.
of his life.